You better take a look at it.
Thanks. How's it, everyone? Today I'm breaking down a paper trade that I took earlier this week to test a new element for my ICT based trading model. This setup mostly aligns with the strategy that I use on my prop firm challenge account, which I'll share more about on this channel soon. Since I'm forward testing a new component, I use a demo account to collect data before applying it to my live accounts. The key difference with this setup is, for this long entry, yesterday's high and last week's high were already breached. In my current model, these higher time frame liquidity pools need to be intact before I enter. As this is a scalp setup, I'm testing whether these liquidity pools are critical to the model's success or not. Essentially, the setup is that I'm looking for a run to the Asian range high, driven by bullish session bias. I observed the sell-side liquidity grab below the Asian range low, forming the daily low between 3 and 5 a.m. Eastern Time as part of the initial daily range to the swing, and gain more confidence in that low being in place after seeing a 5-minute time frame change at the state of delivery to identify a bullish order block, which I then use going forward to gauge institutional order flow for my bullish bias. This is the moment where my limit order triggers, putting me in long at 117.83 with a stop at 117.66 for about a 17 pip stop, and my target at the Asian range high at 118.075. Usually my target is about 25 pips as a scalp, but this one was 24.5 pips to be exact. My entry is based on a 3-minute time frame institutional order flow entry drill at that bullish fair value gap that you see right there. And later on, you'll see me realize that I haven't had my executions turned on. It'll turn them on, and you'll start seeing the arrows of where the buy limit order was executed and where my exits are as I exit the trade. Right, so right here is when I switched to the 5-minute time frame, which is where I saw that change in the state of delivery, and which is where I gauge institutional order flow. I was on the 3-minute time frame just for the basis of identifying that buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, on which I placed my buy limit order on the basis of an institutional order flow entry drill. This is me drawing out a bullish order block, which I'm going to use to gauge the institutional order flow. And I'm going to delineate the 50% mark of that bullish order block, which is that price level at 117.76.4. That's going to be the mean threshold of the bullish order block, a level that I use to manage risk in the case that I see a little bit of drawdown in this trade. I do not want to see any 5-minute candle close below that bullish order block mean threshold that I've just drawn out with that line there. If that were to happen, I'd cut my leverage in half in order for me to have a less of a hit if I do get a full stop out, and I'm proven that this idea is not valid by the market trading down to my stop loss order. But if it's good, it'll not close below that bullish order block me threshold, and it'll make its way up to that Asian range high as I anticipate. Okay, so right here, I'm looking at that run above the 118 big figure, and that gives me about a 1-to-1 reward ratio. Therefore, you'll see me take off about 80% of the trade just to pay myself as a partial. Then I'll let the rest run for that limit order at 118.075. I'll also move my stop loss to break even to hypothetically eliminate the risk on the trade. And right there, you see the market jump above my limit order. These are the benefits of getting out when the market is moving in your favor. You get favorable runs like this that gap over your limit orders. You'll see me struggling a little bit here as I try to close the trade manually, but it doesn't allow me for some reason. I don't know whether it was my internet connection or what, but it was refusing to let me get out of the trade. A good position to be in, but it could have easily been the other way around. So then I decided to try and go and get the limit order out. Maybe that's what the problem is, that it gapped above it and it's having trouble recognizing that. It ends up just closing the position for me either way, and that's it. That's the trade. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more trade breakdowns like this one, and also more updates on the trading model that I use. Leave a comment in the comment section of what you use, what concepts do you trade with, and what is your model. I think that would be an interesting point to start us off at. With that, that's it from me. Stay safe.